Organic Mike here. Check this out. Alright. This is my 65 Chevy. Just give you an overall. It's got the original 230 straight 6. So, seeing how the gas prices are getting a little bit out of hand, it's March 2011. I decided to get the old 65 back on the road, so I replaced the master cylinder. Brakes are working perfect. Something told me to check the rear end oil, and when I checked it, it was just a little bit low. But I also noticed something else. Check this out. So that's what happens when water mixes with oil. Ain't that something? And what's happening here is there's no bed in this truck. And when it's raining, it's somehow getting in, I guess, on the top seal or somewhere on the top, but I don't know. It's probably coming in through the top seal where the drive shaft is, but I don't have a clue, but I know water's getting in there. So what I'm going to do is drain it, put oil back in it, cruise around a little bit, and drain it again. But the main reason why I'm getting this back on the road is because it gets better mileage than anything that I have. It's a 230 straight 6 with a vapor carb. And if you do research on the internet about vapor carbs, a vapor carburetor will get the best mileage out of any carburetor out there. Not saying it's better than fuel injection, but could be because less maintenance. But here, just to keep this video short, I'm going to pop this seal loose so we can watch. There we go. Look at that. Yummy. That's some good stuff right there. Oh, of course that wind's blowing. That's awesome. It's chocolate shake. It's pretty cool. I'm glad I checked that. So yeah, I've probably been cruising around for years with it like that, but you know, at least it's not made in China. You know, water is some type of insulator, but mixed with oil, everybody says water doesn't mix with oil. Yeah, it does when you slam it in between rear end gears. Check it out. Looks like chocolate shake there. It kind of homogenizes it. Ain't that something? Well, there you go. So, what did we learn here today? If you're not going to replace the bed on your 65 Chevy, at least put some type of metal. What I'm going to probably end up doing is put metal right around this spot here, just to stop the water from getting in. I think the water's coming in right there on that seal. I don't know if you can see it. That's probably where the water's coming in. Or it could be coming in on that vent tube. It's not really a tube, but there's a little vent cap right there. But there you go. I'm going to get the 65 Chevy back on the road. Once I put some 90 weight in that rear end, I'm going to go do a test drive. Has 11-gallon tank. This thing runs forever on that 11 gallons. So I guess I'll show you. Another reason why I love this truck is it came with points, but what I did was I put, let me wipe off my hands here. I put this MSD timing control right here. So I could run, you know, cheesy gas. If it's really bad gas, you retard the timing, like, you know, over here to 1. And if you got some really good stuff that you're running and you want the best performance, you can advance the timing all the way. And I think it advances and retards at about, it's either 9 degrees or 7.5 each way. So what I did was this was my top dead center as far as with the timing gun. I set it in the center with the timing gun, and then this controls the retarding and the advancing. You can get these from Jags or Summit, and all it is a simple little controller here. That's it right there. It's in the glove compartment. There's the part number 8682, and it makes a world of difference. I mean, in theory, if I wanted to run this thing off of hydrogen, funny, I would have to reset my timing probably even more, but I could definitely retard the timing enough to burn a little hydrogen. So, because hydrogen, I think it burns 40,000 feet per second, and gas is 40 feet per second. I don't know. You have to figure that on your own, but don't take my word for it. But that's another reason why I love this truck. I took the points out and put like a 70s Nova distributor in there so I could get better performance and use cheesy gas. I've burned probably 10-year-old gas in this thing, or older, believe it or not. Just put double filter on it and it burns it. You just got to retard the timing enough to where, you know, it doesn't ping. As long as you don't hear any pinging, you're on your way to success. So it's back on the road, so I can do my best to not use so much fuel. Because if you look, that Suburban over there and that Chevy truck is a gas hog. They both have 350s. And this Dodge right here has a 360. And it really sucks the gas, but it sure does get down the road good. And this has a little bitty 230 straight 6 inline. I guess I'll pop the hood. It's already 7-minute long video. Oh, and another thing I did, somebody's going to really make a comment about this, I'm sure. I made my own spark plug wire so they would never foul. And I made it out of 10 gauge stranded electrical wire with clear tubing around it for the insulator to add even more insulation. So I don't know if you can see it, but that's all that is. The red, I think it's 10 gauge. Yeah, 10 gauge wire stranded, and my spark plug wires never foul. So I'm sure somebody has a problem with that, so go ahead and give me a comment there. And yeah, I still have the old point distributor just in case this fails. But here's the reason why this thing gets such good mileage. Inline 6, tons of torque. You can short shift it and it still won't lug it. You don't get any clattering, especially if you retard the timing. And this vapor carb here is what does the trick. This little bitty 1-barrel is sitting right on top of the exhaust manifold, so it heats up. If you see the exhaust manifold, it's right there. And the carburetor it heats the gas and vaporizes, goes into the intake ports. And they stopped doing that. I don't know for what reason, but maybe because they would vapor lock in the heat. I've had that problem sometimes where it's just so hot that the gas vaporizes, I guess, before it gets into the cylinder. I don't know exactly what's going on there, but maybe somebody could give me a comment under the video and let me know. But all I know is this thing will run forever on 10 gallons of gas. And gas is probably going to get anywhere from 5 to 7 to 12 gallons. If not, who knows, we might not have any gas if these bureaucrats keep up what they're doing. So there's my update here. Cover your rear end. And I literally mean that, cover your rear end.